Why engage outside help for strategy development? That is a question that I know is being asked in organizations everywhere. And I know this because people come to me regularly asking how they can influence their leadership or their organizations to invest in a facilitated strategic planning process. And we know that these conversations are happening more now as we move into the fall, and companies are starting to look at what success means for them and their people in 2021. So today we're going to talk about this question. First, I want to unpack some of the baggage that people have around strategic planning and engaging in a planning process. First, we don't have time. I don't have time, my team doesn't have time, we're swamped, I'm barely keeping my head above water as it is. I don't have time to go through some big process with some firm that really doesn't understand us. Number two, we will do it later. We get it, this is super important, we're going to do it, but we'll do it later. We just need to focus on getting through the latest urgent thing or the current busy period, and we'll worry about strategy and planning later. Number three, it is not going to make a difference. We've done this before. We all felt great coming out of the session. It was a great plan, looked good, and then it just sat on a shelf and nothing happened. It's really just not worth the effort or the expense. Number four, going back to the original question, we can do this ourselves. Yes, it's important. Yes, we are going to do it, but we're smart people. This is common sense stuff. It's not rocket science. If we do it ourselves, we can save money and we can maintain control over the process. So let's unpack a few of these. First one, being too busy or deciding you're going to do it later. And later usually means never or put off indefinitely. If you are too busy for strategy, you are too busy and you need a strategy, okay? The only way that things change is if you change them, and to do that, you must start. So just start. Depending on the organization, your planning process might take 4 weeks, it might take 6 months, but either way, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't start. The second one, which is actually our third, is will it make a difference? Strategy is all about simplifying and focusing and getting everyone on the same page. You will still be busy, okay? It's not going to change that. Work expands to fill the hours in the day, but you will be working on the right things and you'll be pulling together as one team instead of 5 departments going in 5 different directions. If you are feeling perpetually too busy, not feeling aligned with your team on the direction of the company, if you're not sure or your team's not sure of the priorities for 2021, you really do need a strategy. And without it, any results that you do see are only going to be a happy accident. So now we are hopefully convinced that we should make the time. The time is now. It will help us achieve our desired results. Bringing us back to that first question, why you need help or do you need help to go through this process? If you're growing and if you have a structured leadership team in place, you should be considering outside help. People think that they can do it themselves because strategy is actually very simple. It's where are we going and how will you get there? That's it. Where are we going? How will we get there? But there's one big complicating factor that causes it to go off the rails every time. Human beings. So the common failures after you've gone through this process, and I know this will resonate with many of you, we built this strategy, but people don't understand it or they think it means different things. This is a lack of clarity. The second is that people don't feel ownership over it. So there's a lack of alignment. And this comes down to the process. If you're small or if you have a really well-established strategic planning function that's quite sophisticated in your organization, you might do it on your own. But for everyone else, consider this. I would not hire a professional facilitator to paint my house any more than I would hire a painter to facilitate my strategy process. Okay, there are experts who know how to do this in a way that will lead to the results that you are looking for. So here's the call to action. Decide that the change that you seek in your organization is worth investing in. As a leader, it's your job to pull your head out of the weeds and put your attention to the future and the big picture and what is really going to move your organization forward long term. I'm Ali Grovue from Ignite Management. If you like this video, please share and reach out if you would like to talk about strategy or leadership.